of teachers occasioned by delocalization program and policy that has been pursued vigorously and brutally by the employer without consultation, and which is potential to disrupt learning in our schools, and what's worst still, contribute to separation of families. Separation of families. Separation of families. Kenya National Union of Teachers hereby urgently calls for a special National Executive Council meeting and a National Advisory Council meeting on Monday, April 30th, 2018, here in Nairobi, to extensively deliberate on delocalization of teachers' policy and give the way forward. Mr. National Chairman, the Teacher Service Commission, HIV/AIDS workplace policy, and starving norms that have been put in place of putting families together has been violated and attacked through this policy. Delocalization of teachers' policy is harmful to both learners and teachers, as it has far-reaching implications and devastating effects on the education in the long run. If implemented without full consultation with Kenya National Union of Teachers and other key players in the teaching and learning subsector, and before you had the churches, particularly the Catholic Church, raising an alarm and warning that the activity will affect performance of schools and performance of teaching. And other stakeholders have raised the same concerns to a deaf employer. This cannot be done without consultation. Doing it without consultation is dictatorship that has never been seen anywhere in the history of the teaching service in this country. From a professional perspective and labor perspective, delocalization amounts to teacher intimidation and perfected form of workplace bullying, as sometimes teachers are quartered, and majority of them now are quartered in unfamiliar and hostile working environments or localities they are not prepared to. It goes against ILO, UNESCO norms of teacher deployment. You cannot push teachers to work in environments where they are not emotionally connected and even linguistically connected. Teaching service is not public service. Teaching service is not police service. It is a unique profession that at all times it requires stability. It is also worth noting that at no time was Kenya National Union of Teachers invited by the Teacher Service Commission to deliberate on the formulation and implementation of delocalization policy. We've never discussed. This we can say before the Almighty God. We have never. And when TSC proceeds to formulate far-reaching labor policies without consultation, then it amounts to intimidation and even attack of trade union movement. And we don't want to believe that TSC is engaged in this activity of attacking unions. The implementation of the policy is therefore in total violation of the 2017-2021 collective bargaining agreement, which was signed between Teacher Service Commission and the teachers' unions, that calls for structured and constructive dialogue between the Commission and unions on matters touching on teachers' career progression and welfare, including deployment, transfers, and appointments. It also